Welcome to another video of Madridista Central. I'm your host FTT, and in today's video I'm going to talk about who made more impact or who was more impactful in Real Madrid. Was it Zinedine Zidane or was it Don Carlo Ancelotti? Now let's get to the video. Let's start with Zinedine Zidane. Zinedine Zidane's background is very different from Ancelotti, of course, but let's start with Zinedine Zidane first. I'm going to make a brief summary of both. Zinedine Zidane has played for teams like Juventus, he has played for Real Madrid, and he has won a Champions League, of course, and he has won World Cup, and he has won La Liga as a football player, and he has won a lot of trophies. This man is a legend, and everything he has done as a player speaks for itself. Carlo Ancelotti, of course, has trained Chelsea, AC Milan, Bayern Munich. He has won numerous UCL titles with different clubs, won La Liga, has won Serie A, has won, of course, the Premier League with Chelsea. So that's the thing between these two. But as we can see, these two managers have different backgrounds. One has been a manager his whole life, and the other has been a player his whole life before he became the manager. And for Zidane, if we're going to start his managing career, he started in Real Madrid in 2016, I think, somewhere in January, after Rafael Benitez got sacked. He joined Real Madrid, and in that year, he went on to win his first UCL within just being there a few months. The following year, he won another UCL, and I think also he won La Liga. So we have to mention that. And then in 2018, he won another UCL. Yeah, so that guy has won 3 UCLs with Real Madrid. And then he came back in 2019, and of course, one was less successful, 2020, 2021, and he did not end with any trophies. That was his second time in Real Madrid, which was between 2019 and 2021. Did not end that good for Zizou. So yes, know that. It's good to know that. Carlo Ancelotti, on the other hand, he joined Real Madrid in 2014 first. In that season, he made impact already. He won the Champions League. After that, he played 2 seasons. He didn't win La Liga that season, but the year after, he ended up trophyless. It was similar like this one, and Real Madrid ended up sacking him and replacing him with Rafael Benitez. And then he went on to other teams like Bayern Munich and Everton, and he coached them. Then, if we fast forward like 7 years something, or 6 years, I think, it was in 2021, after Zinedine Zidane left, Real Madrid appointed Carlo Ancelotti again as a manager in the summer of 2021. And then from the 2021 to 2022 season, Carlo Ancelotti has been manager since Real Madrid. And in that year, this guy won the La Liga with Real Madrid, and of course, he won the UCL. The following year was in 2022-2023 season. That year, he won only the Copa del Rey, but he got knocked out from the UCL by Man City, and he did not win La Liga. The year after that, he won Supercopa España, La Liga, and Champions League, and now we're here this season. And if we look at first the similarities between these managers, there are a lot of similarities. We have the mentality, of course. Both managers, I'm talking about similarities here. Both managers are respected by their players. Carlo Ancelotti has been seen as a father figure by the Real Madrid squad. They respect him like a father and they treat him. That's the kind of relationship he has. And this guy has personal connections with the players. Zinedine Zidane, on the other hand, same thing. He has very, very strong relationships, just like Carlo Ancelotti. And the players, they see him as a legend in the club. So both of them are highly respected. I don't know about now, but that's what I know in general about these two managers when they have managed this club. If you look at Zinedine Zidane, he managed, and he depends on players who are, of course, more experienced, like when he was there, of course, like Gareth Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema. And if you look at Carlo Ancelotti, he depends on Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr. There's a lot of similarities between these two players, if you look at that point. And then another similarity is that both of these managers have won La Liga and they have won UCLs, but they have won a lot of UCLs if we count them. One big similarity I can see here is that Zinedine Zidane has won 3 UCLs. Carlo Ancelotti has won 3 UCLs with Real Madrid. So both of them have won 3 UCLs with Real Madrid. But the only difference is that Zinedine Zidane won 3 straight UCLs, and this guy, Carlo Ancelotti, he won 3 UCLs at 3 different times, not 3 times in a row. The main difference between these two players is their playing style. If you look at here, Zidane played something called like 3-5-2, something like that. Yeah, 3-5-2. Yeah, 3-5-2 was a tactic that he used, but he didn't use it all the time. You know, this guy used to adjust his tactics, and he always changes his formation based on the team that he plays. That's one difference I saw with Zinedine Zidane when he played. Carlo Ancelotti, he keeps it simple and the same way. Maybe 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, something like that. And you can see it right now. He plays similar tactics till this day when he's coaching Real Madrid, and he's still till this day still the Real Madrid manager. So you guys know that at the time of this video, just so you know. And so these players are also different in other ways, and this one is going to shock you because this is something that I don't really agree with, but I have to say that they say that Zidane does not rely on youngsters, but Carlo Ancelotti does more. They say the only time Zinedine Zidane relies on youngsters is if one of the key players got injured. Then, if, for example, if Karim Benzema got injured, then he would replace it with a youngster. But not for Carlo Ancelotti. But I see the same thing with Carlo Ancelotti as they are mentioning with Zidane. So the question is, do you agree with that? Carlo Ancelotti gives the youngsters a chance, because I haven't seen him doing it this season. He might have done it in the past, but recently, I mean, how he has been for the last 3 years, he has coached Real Madrid. I haven't seen Carlo Ancelotti give youngsters a chance. So I really don't know if that is true, if I'm going to be honest. Another main difference between these two is that Carlo Ancelotti has won more La Liga trophies than Zinedine Zidane. And another difference I would also put in would be that Zidane may know how to manage huge egos in the club, while Carlo Ancelotti can't, because Carlo Ancelotti currently has the issue of he can't even handle Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe in the team. But Zidane, he coached Gareth Bale, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo, 3 players with 3 huge egos. 2 of them have won the Ballon d'Or. So I would say Zidane is better in that way. But I'm not talking about who is better and who is worse. This is the difference and similarities between these two players. And one difference would be that Zidane knows how to manage egos better than Carlo Ancelotti. So you guys know that. And what do you think? Do you think Zidane was more impactful, or do you think Carlo Ancelotti is more impactful? And can you also name what are your differences and similarities between Carlo Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane? Tell me your differences and similarities about Carlo Ancelotti and Zinedine Zidane, and let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to Madridista Central. And I'll see you in my next video. Hala Madrid, ya nada más. Bye bye.